Remember when he said we're going to go after the murderers, and then he brought up that woman that got that the one they had one big case for the woman who got raped and murdered, and they didn't have a whole bunch. You'd think they would have had a whole bunch, but they had one.
The Laken, is that
the Laken Riley? Yes, that's it. So, and it's horrible, by the way.
Yes.
And any time a crime happens. So in the time that this has happened, and he said he was going to arrest criminals, they have labeled and listed 13,000 possible murder suspects that were Hispanic immigrants, illegal immigrants. They have arrested 712, and in that time of those people, 840 something white guys have murdered people.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So
only 7% or slightly less of all of the people that have been brought into ICE custody have been convicted of either violent or property crimes.
Right. Most of them like 93% have zero criminal record, right? So 93% of the people they're arresting have zero criminal record. They are our neighbors. They are our friends. Mm-hmm. They're people that work for us. They're the people that build unpermitted sheds in our backyard that we need. Yep. For God's sakes, do you want to deal with bureaucracy? No. You want a guy. Look, I need a guy that can steal my cable for steal cable or hook up and fix my satellite for $50. That's what I need.
No, that is not what these people do. That is not even funny. That is not funny.
You're not helping the case.
It's people like Rosa, who her daughter just graduated from UCLA with a 4.2.
In what? Yeah. In what?
Oh, she's going to be a pediatric neurosurgeon.
She's going to be. She's a brain surgeon. Like Rosa's
we don't need
daughter.
Those.
Rosa's daughter. Here's how the closest.
Daughter is a dreamer.
We helped with somebody because we was like, she's going to be a brain surgeon. We need doctors. She's a dreamer. And so we've got all these people.
She's been to the White House twice to talk about being a dreamer. Rosa now has a green card. Rosa is a legal citizen, but now is terrified
because she's
driving
brown.
around from job to job. And that's what she said, because I'm brown.
Yep.
And because they're arresting people at their immigration hearings who are going through the legal process.
You can't do it any better.
No,
you can't do it. You can't. Yeah. We want you here legally. I'm fucking at the courthouse.
I mean, exactly what you said for me to do.
I was here. I have papers.
They arrested the Afghani guy who assisted us.
Yep.
In the war, the longest war ever.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
They arrested him at his immigration hearing, and they're detaining him, possibly to send him back. You think he's going to survive very long if they send him back to Afghanistan after helping the U.S.?
Let me say it again. You kept saying, yeah, we want immigration, but we want it done legally. They were doing it legally.
They're lining up to do it.
And they're showing up to their court dates. And you are arresting them while they're doing it legally.
Yep.
You're full of shit.
Rosa said she drives around feeling like she doesn't have her paper. Like she said, like, I don't have papers. She's so scared.
Right back. This is what the Nazis did. Can I have your papers?
Yep.
Except these guys are like, can I have your papers? Oh shit, I can't read them.
It's more like a Stephen Miller, fucking Dracula, asking it, because he set an unreachable number, and then he apparently just said, is this what they say? I don't think it is, because it's been reported on all these, every mainstream.
3,000 a day they were supposed to
3,000 a day,
which is insane.
First of all, ICE is running out of money, right?
Yep,
they can't even properly do it because they're going after people they aren't supposed to be going after.
But the thing is, that's what happens when you set a quota system. When you say, you tell the voters, we're going to arrest, we want the criminals and the bad people.
Just to hit a number.
1,000% we all agree with that. We're all like, all right, you know what? If you're here legally and you're a criminal, man, we want you gone.
Yep.
If you're here illegally and you've been part of our society for a long time, people forget that Reagan gave 11 million undocumented workers amnesty. Mm-hmm. Ronald Reagan, their conservative Jesus, said, well, 11 million of you, get back to the lawnmowers. That's what he said.
That's not all.
I'm just saying.
You're making me uncomfortable.
I live in my body.
They went back to court over Kilmar Abrego Garcia. They are trying to halt the U.S. Magistrate Holmes ruling. In support of its own argument, the DOJ said in a court filing yesterday that if he were released from criminal custody and moved to ICE custody and then deported from the United States, the prosecution would lose the meaningful opportunity to try its case, and this would cause irreparable harm to the public. So all the players in that statement are the government. So to recap, let me just lay it out for you.
Fighting the government right now?
Yes.
Holy shit.
The government, let's start from the beginning. The government illegally sent Abrego to El Salvador last March, then resisted court orders from every level of the judiciary to facilitate his return, until finally getting him back into the country this month. And now, having chosen to bring criminal charges against him, he pleaded not guilty. The government suggests that it would somehow be beyond its control if it, the government, wound up deporting him again, and that effectuating such a speedy deportation would cause irreparable harm to the public.
Wow, that is a dog chasing its own fucking tail.
What the fuck has happened to us?
Shit, seriously.
You know, by the way, that when I hear shit like that, it's the one thing that gives me a tiny shred of hope. Because I realize, oh, you guys can break it, and if you're breaking it to try to show you can fix it, we're pretty clear you can't fix it.
Yeah. What's that thing where it's like a loop that just keeps looping?
Yeah, a Mobius strip.
That's it. Mobius strip.
Infinity. 8, the number 8. Also is the same.
A racetrack.
Also, Marty at 88. That's why it went at 88, because it's 2 infinities.
Oh, I thought it was 85. See, I don't remember anything.
No, it came out at 85.
You cannot go through time. You cannot go back to the future at 85. You crash into the terrorists.
Oh,
you don't know
the Libyans.
Ah,
I know that movie.
Yay!
I just remember them screaming, "It's the Libyans!" And I remember growing up so scared of Libyans.
I know,
but I didn't know what that was. I just knew they had machine guns and stuck out of the top of a minivan.
Here's how
it was a Volkswagen bus, which made it really worse.
Yeah.
That's not scary.
Yeah, they weren't the toughest. We have. I'm going to point out how far back this same bullshit thing goes back. When I was a kid, when the Reagan became president, and they had the Iranian hostages before Reagan, but during that election year, I had a Mickey Mouse T-shirt. It was Mickey Mouse giving the finger, and it said "Fuck Iran," and I used to wear it to school.
Your dad let you wear that?
No. It said "Hey Iran." It said "Hey Iran," and it was Mickey Mouse flipping it up. Because it said, hey, it didn't say fuck.
Yeah, but it looked cute, though, because Mickey has a little glove.
And he was like,
so it was fine.
Hey, your dad let you wear that?
Yes.
Wow.
He thought it was funny.
He probably bought it for
you.
you.
Yeah, probably bought it for me. So this goes back. That's 1983. All right. That goes back to 83, 84. Even before that. Reagan 80. It goes back to 79.
Yeah.
That was when the hostage crisis was. So we are now 45 years into the same bullshit.